what we have here is the K12 N-TEC version, which is the 3-door. It's a 2010 late 2010 plate. This design here was brought out I believe 2003, and it's obviously been superseded now in 2011 by the K13, I believe. But what we have here is something that was it was a bit different to the other cars from the day. And you know, it was a bit of a kind of a Marmite car, just due to the way that the headlights were positioned there, the way it looked. It had that kind of cute look about it that some people did like, some people didn't. It appealed more to, I believe, a bit more of a feminine market at the time, but that wasn't what it was aiming for, and I'm not being sexist in saying that. But it does have a kind of a nice cute feeling to it. This one here in particular is, as I say, it's the 3-door version, so you know, you do have a issue of kind of getting in the back, and if you do have more than one kid, or you do have a couple of kids, I would probably consider something like the 5-door version, because while it is easy to get in, and as you can see here I have a child seat, just to give you an idea of how much leg space you have, or your child has, it can be a bit of an issue when you've got 2 kids and they're trying to get in and out of the car, especially if they're waiting for either the front seat passengers to get in, or if you have a child like mine who is slightly on the autism spectrum disorder, who's been diagnosed with that. He wants to get in and out with less hassle, so it can be a bit of a trial. But I've had this car since May of this year, and I'll just quickly show you how easy it is. I mean, this seat is obviously set a bit forward, and I'm not the tallest person. I'm about 5'5", but there's a lot of leg room, and the kind of a view from where you're sitting. And yes, okay, you do have that sitting in front of you, but you do have quite a, you know, what would be a, oh, see, I'll pull that back. So sorry, I've just pulled that back, and you know, you still get quite a lot of leg room. On a long journey, it might be a bit of an issue, but you do get quite a lot of visibility, really. Or I mean, while people do say that they feel like they're sat in a goldfish bowl, this one, you know, it's quite nice and airy, but it does have that issue of, obviously, any kids can't really wind down windows or stuff like that. In terms of storage, it's really good. You got the kind of areas where you can put your bottle of liquid. You've got an area here where you can store some stuff, and the same here really. It's quite nice and big. I mean, if you want to compare my hand to the size of it, you'll see there's quite a bit of storage here. And you know, kids have put in their McDonald's cups and bottles of water here, and it has held it quite nice. You've got cup storage here at the front. You've got 2 cup storages here, so it is, you know, for such a small car, you've got a nice bit of convenience about it. If I get out of the car, bang my head, which is the problem with 3 doors. Getting out of the car and sitting in the passenger seat, I mean, we'll do the driver in a minute. You can see the entertainment area here, and also the kind of ventilation controls here. It has an area here which you can put your loose change in and stuff. On certain other models, this area is different, but because this is the N-TEC version, you've got this entertainment or technology area here. On the other models, you do have a kind of a storage area here, but by all means have a look at other reviews and you'll probably see them there. Carrying on with the storage theme, you've got a fairly large glove box here, which, you know, again, you've got the manuals here which are nicely hidden, and you've got like a glasses case here, so that gives you an idea of how much you can hold. I'll just close it. And as I say, you got your cup storage here. Also, you do get, because it's N-TEC, you do get an aux in and USB. Again, just carrying on with the theme of the storage, you got a nice area here for storage, and a little pocket there just to pop some bits and pieces in, like keys. You got your your electronic windows, and then obviously your handle, and there's all your vents here, so it blows nicely into your face. And there's the actual driver's area here, which we will be jumping into in a sec. Getting into the driver's side, you are greeted with quite a simple, as it were, binnacle instrument panel here, which has your revs here, your fuel, and your speedometer here. And if I was to just get the keys and pop them in, so you can see how the instrument cluster works. Just pop that on there. So you can see, I mean, I've only done, well, I haven't done that many miles in it. I mean, I'm 10,000 miles to nearly completing, well, needing a service, which will be this time next year, I'm guessing. It hasn't got an engine management light on, obviously, that's just how it works. If I start it up, and there you go, and you're off. As you can see, the engine light's gone off, but that gives you a kind of a run through of the area, sorry, the binnacle. You can kind of change the mileage information, so that's how many miles I've got left. So that kind of gives you an idea of the fuel economy as well in this car, which I'll talk about later. Miles per gallon, which I have been achieving, but again, that's not 100% accurate. I tend to say it's about, it could be 5 to 10 miles per gallon less than that. Also miles per hour average, and also you've got the time spent, and you do have 2 trip things there, which is might be good if you run a business and you use one odometer to give you an idea of how long you've been, the trip's been and whatever, and then the other one to give you an idea of how much fuel, as it were, sorry, if you've got a full tank of fuel, how many miles you've done with it. So it's pretty good. On the steering wheel, because it's the I probably do get it on some other models, but the N-TEC version, you do have the changing of the tracks here for your phone. So to access your phone, which if I tap here, you can see it's looking for my telephone here. I've currently turned the Bluetooth off because I was getting a few issues, not with the car, but my Bluetooth of all things. Also, you get an information thing which changes the details there. Also, what you do get is this kind of option, this button here. And as you're driving, if you keep your finger, I think if you tap the button as you're driving at a certain miles per hour, it does what's known as not a speed limiter, but a speed warning. So if you tapped it, if you're doing a 50 mile going through works, road works at 50 mile an hour, and it was an average speed of 50 mile an hour for the cameras, if you tap that at 50 mile an hour, or I think if you long press it, I'm not sure, I don't use it much, but it will beep if you go over 50 mile an hour on the speedometer. So it can be quite a good little feature if you concentrate on more than speed of what the car is doing. It will give you an audible warning of what this car is achieving at the time, which is a good little feature. Moving on to the as it were, the information area, or the I'm not sure what they call it, but it is the kind of the technology area, as I would call it in this. I've got to say, for this car, it is phenomenal. For the age of the car, which is a 2010 or late 2010 registered model, and for the car it is, which is a little 3-door Micra, it's technology I wouldn't expect. I mean, I've looked at other cars for my wife recently, and to try and achieve this sort of level of technology within a car, for the kind of cars we're looking at, which is a low tax band, cheap to run, cheap to own car, these don't really appear, these sort of things. Sorry, infotainment area. So with this one, it's really good. I mean, you got your, I'll turn the music off. Not that I'm monetized or anything, but I'll turn the music off. What you get is, obviously, if you press FM, AM, I'll turn the music down. You'll get your kind of your, as it were, your channels, your radio. And if you want to see what you can, so out and about in the area that you're in, as you can see, I'm in the northeast, so I get Metro, I got Heart, Classic, and all that. And if you just want to change it after that, you change it. It's as easy as that. If you want to tune it, you can tune it that way by the usual conventional method. But I tend to find my channel, and then you're off. I mean, when you're driving, it's phenomenal. You just go up and down quickly, and then you're done. You've also got traffic announcements as well. And moving on to the traffic announcements, the interesting thing you've got here, if you tap on that, it will give you any kind of information around the area. I don't know where it gets it from. I'm not sure if it's the connection to my phone or what have you, but it will give you an information of the area of what's going on. So I've got, you got Newcastle, Denton, between Quayside and Swan House, there's an issue there. I don't think it does anything, but if I tap on all, you get a lovely list of, and it is lovely because it does give you an idea of anything that's going wrong, which you can cycle through like that. And typically there's quite a bit going on. Or you can just tap on a thing just to give you what's going on here, and just next. Usual CD, which I haven't got. Aux, which if you press that, it will play music off your iPhone or your I haven't tried Android because I'm using an iPhone at the minute, So if you've got an iPhone connected to this via Bluetooth, which is really easy to do, I've got to say, and you start pressing play on your music, it will play through the car stereo, and it is brilliant for that. I haven't used it much, but I found it really easy to do. Obviously you got your left and right scanning. I'll go back onto radio. You got your left and right for scanning, volume control here, and I would imagine you can scan using this as well. But the other thing you've got as well is satellite navigation. Now I will say this is not the most up to date. I mean, I haven't really taken this out and updated it as such to see if there's any more updates, but I've got to say, in a pinch, when you're looking for stuff, it's really quick, especially if you're driving. You know, you just tap nav, go to destination, you know, you've got points of interest or destination from map, intersection, new address, and you just type it up. If I go to navigation, if I just type in a destination, let's try that one, postcode 60 NE9 6DW, and just, you know, you type it in that way via the keypad. What was it? NE29. I'm kind of guessing this 6. Well, it's kind of saying it now anyhow because I've put it in before. 6DW, and press OK, and then press OK again. This will give you an idea how quick it'll find, or it'll calculate your route. Now, as you're driving, if you're certain miles away from, you know, you kind of know the area where you are.
The route has been calculated. Please drive onto a digitized road. Sorry
about that. I am actually on a car park of a golf club in Washington.
There are toll roads en route.
But the information it gives you and how quick it can do it, it's been a bit of a, you know, it's been a lifesaver if I'm looking for areas, you know, obviously being a Brummie living towards the south of Newcastle, I don't know where everything is. And when I've been looking for something, I just, as I'm driving at a junction, I just quickly type it in, and bang, it gives you an idea where you're looking. As I say, it's not the most accurate because it probably is a little bit out of date. And, you know, if I wanted something a lot more accurate, I would go with Google Maps on my phone. But for something that's part of the car, you know, like it's actually an added extra, or part of the actual model of car that I've got here, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, so moving away from that, you've got your ventilation controls here, which are easy to operate. I'll just quickly pop the car on, and obviously I've turned it off for the instance of this, but it is easy to control. Certain ways of you know, getting the ventilation system to work. And also what it has got is aircon, which in the summer has been fantastic. It hasn't let me down. It's been really good. I mean, obviously you got recirculating air or fresh air, which again has been brilliant. And it's also good towards the winter because obviously it'll clear them windows as such when you've got the aircon on. The Golf I had before this, yeah, the aircon worked, didn't work. It's always been an issue with Golfs of that age, and I've got to say this has been phenomenal. I don't know why my phone's overexposed and everything, but I'm really sorry about this. But yeah, fantastic, really like it. Not too loud when you're driving as well, and obviously the ventilations are at quite a nice little area to cover all kind of eventualities as such. So I'll just turn that off. Next thing is visibility. Visibility as a driver has been really good. I mean, these wing mirrors are massive for the size of the car, and especially if you're looking, you know, to see where you're going or what's around you, they do aid in what you do. My only criticism is, sorry, I'm showing you the camera or my phone. The only criticism I have, this doesn't seem, it needs to be just that little bit taller, because you got such a massive window out the back. It's just a shame that it's such a kind of a little sliver of mirror just to see out the back. But you know, it is, you know, even though people do say you're in a goldfish bowl driving one of these or sitting in one of the back of these, the visibility is brilliant. Well, we hope you like the quick review of the interior and walk around, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed filming it. If you want to click on the link below, you will see the test drive part of the video, or you can click on the link as well for the full video, which includes the walk round, exterior view and interior view, and the actual test drive together. But we hope you liked the video, and if you did, then please click like. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on the link below. And thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye. you.